soon as those funds go or they receive it, everything goes dark inside it. And before you know it, there's a hold on that funds we've taken from the credit card. Second type of scam is a little bit more sophisticated than that. And it is one that, unfortunately, a few years ago, us as a business, we've fallen victim to. And that is the elaborate white old lady wanting to export fine art scam. And what the general setup is essentially, you'll be reached out by, from all of the examples we've seen, is this suspiciously sounding white old lady name, and she'll be a Barbara or like a Barbara Smith or a Jones or something, right? And she will tell you that, hey, I purchased these artwork, right? The configuration of the crates is such, the weight is such, and I'm traveling at the moment, and I bought this artwork in Spain. She's happy. She needs to organize that crate to be delivered to Australia, somewhere where we are, and then she wants us to reach out to her agent, which she has conveniently already contacted in Spain, that took care of all the crating and what have you. And then all we need to do is help her to bring it over by communicating with that agent. On the surface of it, everything sounds pretty legitimate, right? She will also give you, a lot of details, which in itself is already some red flags, because how can a lady who's indulging herself in fine art knows so much about the industry? So then we'll carry on, and then we'll talk to her, and then invariably, for us being the diligent business we are, we will say, okay, that's fine, we'll help you do the work and so forth, but we will require, this is the quote and this is the payment, and we'll require payment up front. And she will then suggest credit card payment, in which then we will go further and say, okay, please scan us a copy of your passport along with any other identification. And the challenge here, and the trick here, the hook here, is that they would send you a passport with that lady's name and in fact a picture. Now this is very elaborate now, guys. Basically, so I would imagine that they would have gotten this information from a different scam somewhere. Maybe they got that information from a dark web, and they've essentially stolen that lady's identity to be the centerpiece of this scam. So that there will also be a credit card number which clears, the funds will be cleared very, very quickly, and you have the passport. So by all accounts, most business at this point will feel pretty confident in going forward with that service, in which case we did. Now, of course, when we contacted the agent, they'll be communicating very, very smoothly and very, very promptly. The shipment gets on the way, and then before we know it, we get hit another request. Oh, by the way, the VAT or what have you, overseas invoice, we must pay for this thing, and could you, forward those funds on our behalf? Of course, you can charge us to the credit card. So you will go and do that and what have you, because everything up to this point is still sounding very legitimate, because this is the general transaction of a shipment. We need to deal with disbursements. And then as soon as those funds go or they receive it, everything goes dark inside. And before you know it, there's a hold on that funds we've taken from the credit card. So what that means is that basically they have using a very live credit card. As soon as they got the funds or whatever, as soon as we try to charge the funds, the actual owner of that funds would then be alerted to that spending, will naturally go to the bank, and then the bank will put a seize or hold on those funds, which means that we became out of pocket because we had to transfer our money from our bank account to pay for that overseas agent's dues. So that is the scam. This is a very elaborate scam, and I must say, I'm certainly not proud that we fall trapped to it. If you're a freight forwarding company, be very, very alert on this. It's very elaborate. I would dare say that they clearly have people who have worked in the industry who has created this scam, because it is really, you really have to know what you're talking about for you to carry out a scam of this caliber or nature. If you want to know a bit more about this scam in detail, in finer detail, reach out to us. I'm happy to explain to you more about how all of that works.
Think Global Logistics.